Hello naturopathic beauties, I'm Dr. Stacy Shillington, Naturopathic Doctor, and it is my mission to help you clear your acne for good. Today I am going to answer a question I get a lot, which is pantothenic acid, otherwise known as vitamin B5, a magic pill cure for acne? Whoa, you want to know the answer to this, but before I dive deep and dig into it, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, pop them in the feed below. Okay, so this all started in 2014 when a study was published, and the results of the study basically said B5 or pantothenic acid reduces acne lesions by 67%. Whoa, right? So as a naturopathic doctor and an acne expert, you can imagine I was like all over this study right away, because I was like, if this is real, then I can't wait to give everybody B5. So I looked into the study. There's a few things I want to share with you about the study to begin with. Number one, there's only one study claiming this, very small sample size. And in the realm of science, we like to have large studies that kind of prove the same thing over and over again. So that's what we like to have. This is one small study. But nevertheless, it's really interesting. 40 participants, most of them are women, and it was held over a 12-week period. Now, each participant in the study was given either 2.2 grams of B5 every day or a placebo pill, which is basically nothing. You know, it's like a sugar pill. Has no medicinal value or effect at all. And the thing that I found really interesting about this study is that even though there was a really big improvement in the people taking the B5, there was also a really big improvement in the people that were taking the placebo, which leads me to believe when it comes to acne, the placebo effect is very, very strong. And that means that our mind and our ability to believe that we are healing actually has a huge impact in our ability to heal. So my first question about this study is 67% healing, is that accurate? Or how much of that is actually placebo effect? So taking it with a grain of salt. The other thing about this study is that the pantothenic acid did not affect inflamed acne. So red, cystic, really painful acne didn't help that. Instead, it was mostly beneficial for non-inflammatory acne like blackheads and small little whiteheads. So, that's a really big consideration too. So, keep that in mind, but still, who doesn't want to use vitamin B5 to get rid of all their blackheads and little whiteheads, right? Sign me up. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what pantothenic acid is. So pantothenic acid is a B vitamin, and it's readily available in our diet. Sources such as eggs, poultry, meat, potatoes, cabbage, broccoli, beans, legumes. So in any whole food, you're going to have a substantial amount of pantothenic acid, and it's very bioavailable, which means it's absorbed readily. So this says that a deficiency in B5 is relatively rare. And this was very interesting to me because the study said giving mega doses of vitamin B5 helps to reduce acne. But I'm like, but people are not deficient in B5 to begin with. So why is this happening? What's the deal with B5? First of all, what does B5 do? So it helps metabolize carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. And basically, it really helps with lipid metabolism. It also helps with keratinocyte turnover, so with epidermal turnover, it helps with that as well. And it also helps regulate the production of cortisol. So it's a really important vitamin in terms of regulating our stress response. So B5 and acne, they're closely related. B5 does affect a lot of the things that can contribute to acne. So there's definitely a correlation there, but still, why do high doses of B5 help when we're already getting enough in our diet? So that question, it was answered maybe a few years ago, a few years after the initial study came out. And it turns out that when it comes to vitamin B5, the most important source is from our intestinal microbiome. So of course, everything always comes back to the microbiome. So if you have a dysregulated microbiome, if it's imbalanced, if your digestion is not really as good as it can be, then you could potentially not be making enough B5, and that can be leading to acne. But is the solution to give a patient more B5 vitamin, or is the solution to repair the microbiome? So as a naturopathic doctor, my strategy is always to investigate the root cause and treat at the very foundation level, because I want to maximize a person's health. I don't just want to offer temporary Band-Aid solutions. So, and also I've used the B5 protocol on many patients. I found some patients it helped them, some patients it didn't help them, and I didn't know how to judge which ones it would help and which ones it wouldn't. So there's a lot of guesswork going on there, which I don't like either. So do I use B5 as part of my acne protocol? And the answer is no, for a number of reasons. Number one, it's like using a medication. It's a temporary Band-Aid. Once you stop the B5, your acne is coming back because you are not fixing the microbiome. When you instead address the microbiome, instead of giving B5, you also reduce inflammation in the body. You help hormones balance. You help facilitate hormonal balance. You're improving so many aspects of health, not just, flooding the B5 receptors with synthetic pantothenic acid, which for me, that's not true healing. The other reasons why I don't like B5 is it's synthetic. It's not natural. You want your body to be producing as many things naturally as possible, because that is when they are used the most efficiently in the body. Why else don't I use pantothenic acid? And I'm blanking out now, although I did write it down here. So let me see if I've covered everything. Yeah, so the other thing is supplemental pantothenic acid only affects mild acne. It doesn't affect inflammatory acne. Many of my patients have moderate to severe acne, so I need a protocol that addresses that. Supplemental B5 does not. And, think about it. The recommended daily allowance, what we should be getting in pantothenic acid, is about 50 milligrams. The high dose that was used in this study is 2.2 grams. So this is a massive dose. And for me, I don't think it's sustainable long-term. Instead, as always, I like to heal the body from the inside out. So, bottom line, pantothenic acid for acne does seem like it works. For some that have gut issues and that have mild acne, but then again, even if you have both of those things, it might not work for you. So there's a little bit of guesswork going on there. But this whole study, what it revealed is that the microbiome is responsible for the production of pantothenic acid. So that is where we need to focus our efforts instead when it comes to healing acne. I hope that whole rant just made sense. I don't even know what I just said. No. Anyways, I hope that really makes sense to you. If you have any questions, pop them in the feed below. If you're struggling with acne, check out my 7-week Clear Skin program. You can get on the waiting list, link below. It truly is my mission to help you solve your acne once and for all. I don't want you doing things where when you stop them, your acne is just gonna come back. To me, that doesn't make sense. Let's just get rid of your acne for good. If you have any questions about that, ask me that too. Anyways, sending you guys lots of love. I hope this answered your question about B5, because that's a really big question. A lot of people are asking that question, and that's my answer. Take care. Sending love.